Today's video is all about the luxurious lifestyle of Jeff Bezos. Imagine for a second that you have $1 million to spend on lottery tickets. Billionaires and millionaires often buy things like the Washington Post, a luxurious private plane, a clock that would keep time for 10,000 years, or a couple of miles underground in the middle of nowhere in Texas, which we sometimes don't even consider a possibility when we buy things like that. Well, if you're Jeff Bezos, you probably do all of these things and more by now. As a result, you're probably familiar with the big, smiling face painted on the roof of the Amazon offices in Seattle, Washington. Today, we're going to look into Jeff Bezos' expensive spending habits by looking at everything from the companies he buys to the private jets he uses. Because he has a lot of money, Jeff Bezos can afford to buy more than one rundown building. In Washington, District of Columbia, there is a large ranch as well as 3 smaller houses in a townhouse. Jeff Bezos is now the 25th biggest landowner in the United States. To get to this spot, he passed both forestry companies and farms. Jeff and his wife paid a total of $10 million for a 5-bedroom home in Washington, D.C.'s historic area. The house is only a few miles away from the houses of other rich CEOs, such as Bill Gates. A beach house that is 20,600 square feet. It wasn't enough that the apartment had a pool and some other features that made it seem like a house. The apartment had the feel of a hotel. After waiting another 7 years, in 2012, they chose to spend $50 million to buy the nearby estate. It was 8,300 square feet in size and had 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. In addition, the house was fixed up in 2010 at a cost of $28 million to the owner. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and the notification bell to stay updated on our daily videos. Even though we don't know what each of these homes looks like on the inside, it seems like every room has an Alexa device. Jeff Bezos is special because he has invested $88 million, which is the same as having lived 88 times as long as the average American. He went back to Washington, D.C. because he wanted to buy the most expensive house there, which was for sale for $23 million. A textile plant that was built 100 years ago and has a large ballroom, 25 bathrooms, 11 bedrooms, and 3 kitchens. Jeff can avoid the traffic jams in Washington, D.C. by putting on a pair of cowboy boots and spending some time on his 30,000-acre ranch in Texas. Reports say that the property that has been fixed up and is now the house of Blue Origin is worth millions of dollars. Jeff bought the Jeff Space Exploration Company in the first place so that he could give his kids a place to play in the summer. Jeff is very happy to be the owner of a complex of villas in Beverly Hills. That is worth $24.45 million right now. He buys one house and doesn't buy another with a price tag of $12.9 million because he wants to buy a huge piece of land worth $37.35 million. Rome is the most powerful ruler of a strong country with 13 beds and 11 baths that are spread out among the houses. Jeff had to buy more Beverly Hills homes. It was said in February of the year 2020 that he had bought the Warner House. Jeff's purchase price of $165 million for the estate set a new record not just in Los Angeles but in all of California. In 1937, Jack Warner, who started Warner Brothers, built a house just for himself. Since then, it has been owned by rich people, and while they lived there, they made a number of improvements. There are 2 large guest houses, 2 swimming pools, a spa, a tennis court, a motor court with gas stations, and a 9-hole golf course on the 13,600 square foot property. The house has 8 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a bar, and a movie theater, and the floors were made by Napoleon himself. Even though Jeff needs a car to get from one of his homes to the other, his family is getting too big for the Honda Accord he is currently using. Jeff owns a Gulfstream G650ER, which is worth $65 million and makes him very happy. On the plane, there are 3 completely separate places to live, a chair that can fit 2 people at the same time. The car has a bedroom in the back, a built-in wine cooler, a flat-screen TV that can be pulled into the wall, and a dining area with some of the most comfortable seats on the planet. Since you two started dating, you have flown on a similar plane. Because of this, you will never be able to fly in a bigger plane again. Lauren Sanchez and Jeff has been seen on luxury yachts off the coast of Italy, and he proposed to Lauren at Wimbledon by suggesting that she have an extravagant week-long birthday party with Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry, her birthday weekend, and a yacht trip to Bath for a romantic getaway. He also suggested that she have a big party for her birthday that would include Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry. Jeff has spent more money on a single piece of toast on these trips than most people spend on all of the food they eat for a whole week. He is known to ask for strange things, like octopus for breakfast, which he does often. People say that all his life, whenever he was asked what he wanted to eat, he always asked for a very nice dinner. Rich people like Jeff can spend their money on things like planes and homes, but they can also invest it in a number of different markets. Jeff Bezos has said that he is sure that a charity will be around for a long time. In San Francisco, which is also where the company's offices are, they are building a clock that will run once a year for 10,000 years, based on the temperature changes between day and night. The clock will be 500 feet tall and run for a whole year, a mountain where a clock is hidden. Jeff's ranch is used as a metaphor to show how important it is to think about the long run. It's not a big surprise that Jeff would start a company called Blue Genesis that focuses on space research. The business is working on making spaceships that can take off and rest vertically so that people can live in space. Jeff is the main person who helps the company make money. He thinks that his early interest in NASA's projects is what got him interested in space exploration for the rest of his life, and he plans to spend his Amazon fortune in that field. Bezos is known to drive a used Honda Accord that costs less than $150 and can be bought for less than that. Geekwire just found out about the 60-minute interview of Jeff Bezos that was made by Bob Simon and shown on CBS in 1999. Simon was the one who asked, "What's up with the Honda?" During their talk, the car in question was being driven by Bezos. After taking a look at the car, Bezos smiled and said, "This is a perfectly good car." Even though he stays out of the spotlight, Bezos has the largest collection of fast cars anywhere in the world. Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio Pininfarina strikes the perfect balance between the high-tech way people and machines work together and the hand-polished parts that are important to a Ferrari sports car. So, it won a prize for car design worth $3 million. $3 million Bugatti Veyron Mansuri, the one and only. The Veyron Mansuri is the car that has both the greatest level of complexity and the best craftsmanship. $3,400 million for the Lycan Hypersports Group. The first W Motors hypercar was shown off at the opening of Furious 7, which took place at Universal Studios. In every movie in the Fast and Furious series, the car that the main character drives is the most expensive. Jeff Bezos has a lot of money, so he can do whatever he wants. How do you think Jeff Bezos should spend the billions of dollars he has made? That's it for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We post videos every week, so stay notified. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video.